Hello children, I hope all of you are fine and taking very good care of yourselves. So welcome once again to your English literature class. If you remember, in the last session we had done the chapter The Great Mouse Plot. It is about a prank which is played by 4 friends and the narrator. They do not like Mrs. Cratchit, the owner of the sweet shop, and so they decided to play a trick on her. They put a dead mouse in the jar of gobstoppers. Finally, the lady is terrified. She breaks the jar of gobstoppers. No, it falls to the floor. She is so terrified when she catches hold of that mouse that the jar falls down and it is smashed to pieces. But finally, Mrs. Cratchit reaches the school and she is able to find out the culprits. All the children are found out, they are spotted, they are caught by her, and then they are all in grave trouble. So I hope you have recollected the lesson well. So before I start with the question answers, we will just look at the questions which are given in your lesson itself. Okay, you will get ready with your books on page 104. So you can see there is a question given here in the box. What sort of treasures do you think the friends stored in their secret place? So what did they store? They didn't have any gold or silver to store, no? They used to hide maybe small sweets. Some sweets they had special sweets, or pebbles or marbles, all the things which children find as treasures, because for children that is only treasure. Gold and silver is of no use. Okay. So all the treasures were the sweets, the chocolates, the pebbles, the marbles which they had. And how do we know that the things they kept there were valuable to the friends? Yes. We know because you can see end of the first paragraph, because every day they would lift up the floorboard and look at their secret collection. Okay, so this tells us that the children thought that their treasures were very valuable. Now on page number 105, there's a question, why do you think the friends were excited as they entered the shop? Yes, it's written there, they were very excited because they were going to play a trick. When you are going to do something naughty, something mischievous, no, you are always excited. So because they were going to play a prank, a silly trick on Mrs. Cratchit, so they were very much excited as they entered the shop. They were not sure whether they will be successful or not. The next question is also the same. What do you think will happen next? Do you think the plan will be successful? When we read the entire story, we come to know what happens to their plans. No? At this point, we are not very sure whether it is going to succeed or not. And now, it's time for you to write your own answer. What do you think will happen next? That is, you have to decide. Suppose you didn't read the entire story, what do you think would have happened next? The last question. What comparison is used to describe how Mrs. Cratchit searched for the culprits? You can see in the last 4th paragraph, she was checking, no? She was looking at them as someone inspects the troops. See, just below the question you can see, yes, Mrs. Cratchit searched for the culprits like someone inspecting the troops. Okay, that will be the answer. So now we can get ready to discuss the reference to context.
So now you can open your books on page number 107. You can see reference to context given over there. The first one is, why don't we, I said, slip into one of Mrs. Cratchit's jars of sweets? Who made this suggestion? Now we all know that the narrator of the story, that small boy, is making this suggestion. So your answer would be, the narrator made this suggestion. Question number B, what was to be slipped into one of the jars of sweets? Yes, a dead mouse. A dead mouse was to be slipped into one of the jars of sweets. what was the reaction of the others to this plan? So when his friends heard about the plan, what did they say? They all started staring at the speaker. They stared at him in wonder and started grinning. My dear children, something which you need to pay attention is the tense of the question. I have been telling this to you repeatedly, but still I see some children making the same mistake. If your question is in the past tense, your answer needs to be in the past tense. Okay, you cannot write the answer in the present tense. Always follow the pattern of your question. Page number 108, that's question number 3. The next morning, we pressed our faces against the window and looked inside. Now, the question is, who pressed their faces against the window? All the friends, isn't it? So all of them, all the children pressed their faces against the window. Question number B, which window did they press their faces against? Mrs. Pratchett's sweet shop window. So you will write, they pressed, because it is did over there, the verb press will become pressed. They pressed their faces against Mrs. Pratchett's sweet shop window. And the last question, what did they see? They saw the glass jar of gobstoppers smashed and the dead mouse lying in its remains. Now these are the answers for your reference to context. That means the context is given, the line is given, you are answering accordingly. You need not write these answers right now in your notebook. I will be sending you the assignment, the question and answers will be written and you will copy from there. Okay. We have some more questions which I will discuss. Some are for you to reflect and we will be happy if we can discuss right now. Question number 4, who was Mrs. Pratchett? What sort of a person was she? Mrs. Pratchett was the owner of the sweet shop. The sweet shop which was near the school. Okay. So we'll write Mrs. Pratchett was the owner of the sweet shop. What sort of a person was she? So she was very unkind, very unfriendly. So she is an unfriendly and rude person. She does not love children. She is not gentle to them. All these qualities you can keep adding. Question number 5. How do you know that the boys thought that putting the mouse in the jar of sweets was a good idea? Now if you see, that is on page number 105, you will come to know that the boys were all very happy when the speaker suggested this idea. So we will write, they cheered. The cheering and dancing of the children, the cheering and dancing of the boys shows that they were very happy with the idea. Number 6. Contrast how the boy who narrates the story felt on the day they carried out the great mouse plot and how he felt on the day after. So both the days it was different. Previously when he was planning, he was very happy, no? And all his friends were cheering with him and he was very happy, pleased. He thought, oh, I am a hero. But finally, when the jar he finds smashed on the floor, then he feels very sad because it is not cleaned and now he is suspecting trouble. So we will write, on the day they carried out the great mouse plot, he felt like a hero. But on the day after, he no longer felt like a winner. He was very sad. The next question, number 7. This part of the story ends on a note of suspense. What do you think happened to the boys after Mr. Coombs took down their names? If you were Mr. Coombs, what would you do? Now this answer you will not find in your assignment. This is for you to reflect. You all must be having wonderful creative ideas. So now you will find out for yourself. What do you think? It can be different. No, one boy can think differently and the other one can think differently. We can all have different choices. No, Krishika will be thinking something else and the others will be thinking something else. So the story is ending at a note of suspense. What happened? Maybe the boys were punished or maybe Mr. Coombs forgave those boys. So we don't know. This is your choice. This is your answer. You write the answer in your copy. No problem with that. Okay, and if you had been there in the shop and seen the events happening, what would you have done? Suppose you would have seen the boy putting the mouse, what would you have done? You would have obviously enjoyed, or maybe you must have, some of you must be suggesting the boy not to do that. So these answers, number 7 and 8, will be different for different children. So these are questions for you to reflect, and the answer you will write on your own in your rough copies. Rest of them are in your assignment. I hope you followed what I said. So continue with your work properly. See you very soon in the next session. Thank you and take care.